Walking slow down my own street, strangers smile when our eyes meet. Doesn't matter at all.
Welcome to the Kindness Matters podcast, a show that celebrates the powerful truth that kindness can change the world. Every week I aim to shine a light on people and organizations making a positive difference in their communities, proving that compassion, empathy, and connection still thrive, even in challenging times. This podcast is about more than good stories, though. It's about real impact. Through heartfelt conversations, inspiring acts, and everyday examples of humanity, the Kindness Matters podcast invites listeners to rediscover the power of kindness as a force for healing, growth, and genuine connection. If the message of this show resonates with you, please share it with your friends and family. Each share helps spread the light a little further, because when it comes to kindness, the ripple effect is limitless.
Voice of the crowd, I see neighbors helping.
Hey, hello, and welcome everybody to the show. Thank you so much. You're listening. Well, you probably know who you're listening to, but in case you don't, maybe you just hit it and you're listening to the Kindness Matters podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rathbun, and I thank you for being here. We all have only so many hours in the day, and the fact that you chose to use some of your time to listen to this podcast really means something to me, and I appreciate it. And so thank you. So today we're going to be following up on, we'll be doing another in the series of podcasts that I've been doing, or episodes that I've been doing, about how things like kindness and empathy and compassion are oftentimes seen as weak or something negative, and we're pushing back on that. And we're pushing back on that today with my guest. He is here to prove that kindness is actually a superpower of the strong. Joe Charley has spent his life navigating high-stakes environments where resilience and boldness aren't just encouraged, they're required. From his early days of overcoming personal hurdles to his current work empowering others to live authentically, Joe has seen firsthand that true strength isn't about how loud you can shout, but how much you can lift each other up. He is a storyteller, a leader, and a man who believes that bold and being kind are two sides of the same coin. Today we're diving into why kindness is a competitive advantage, how to stay centered in a chaotic world, and why the bravest thing you can do today is be genuinely kind. Welcome to the show, Joe Charley.
Hello, thanks for having me. Thanks for being kind enough to have me.
Yes, well done. I see what you did there. So now, Joe, you have so many hyphens after your name, right? You're a model, an actor. You've done some other work in film, I think, as well, besides acting, right?
Yes.
You're a musician. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, I consider myself just a multidisciplinary artist in general. An artist in general. I just do more performing art if we get specific. I don't draw, I don't do jewelry, I don't weld. But those are arts too, but I perform.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Um, and so speaking of acting, a lot of people see actors in general as naturally confident people, right? But you've shared moments of vulnerability and reinvention in your stories. How has empathy for your own growth shaped the artist that you've become?
Oh, good segue. Good question.
Eh? Like how I did that?
I see. I think I used to think growth meant outgrowing who I was. And now I more understand it as forgiving who I was.
Oh.
Forgiving what I didn't know, forgiving what I had yet to understand, and just giving myself a lot more self-empathy saved me from shame.
Yeah.
Especially being a child performer and navigating that world, and being mostly in other people's stories as a character, reinventing myself musically, where now it's my story coming out and me saying it. It's me giving myself empathy and allowing myself to feel life as it comes naturally.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, giving yourself some grace, as it were.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, we probably should explain. You grew up and still live in Minneapolis, right?
Yes.
And you started modeling at a pretty young age.
Yeah. I was about 3 or 4. Yeah. So right before the 2000s, I was already in front of the camera and already already working.
Wow. And then that work led to how did that lead to acting?
Yeah, entertainment is just a very relationship based business. So you'll go to a performance and you'll meet people from different walks of life and different avenues, and they'll need a model, they'll need a singer, they'll need a dancer. And I was just drawn to the performance of art and not afraid of the audience and not afraid of uh, yeah, just not afraid of the stage and the spotlight, but also having the ability to remember all of those things. I think was a really huge gift as a kid, was that I had a very good memory and I just was able to remember blocking and choreography and lines and just whatever I needed to remember to be able to do the job. And I got really good at it. And I see that people really respond to it. They like it because they see themselves. So um, I got more serious into acting, into modeling, into performing in high school. I went to Main Street School of Performing Arts in Hopkins, Minnesota.
Sure.
And then I really focused in on, like, if this is something I want to do for a career, let me find some training and the networks to be able to do it. And I've been blessed enough to be able to get mentors and to be mentored and to understand the entertainment business and not just the entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah, because there is a difference, right?
Yes.
For sure. Um, when you and you've done multiple interviews, Canvas Rebel, and then there was what's the newest one? Bold Journey?
Yes, yeah, it just came out.
Perfect. We'll have links to those interviews in the show notes. But in those interviews, you often highlight the importance of community, and we're just I think we kind of touched on that. The community of the entertainment community, for example. What does community care look like to you, and how does it show up in your daily life?
Oh, structure, joy, and accountability is community care for me.
Oh, wow. Wow. So structure
Oh,
being go ahead.
oh yeah. One of my favorite quotes is that you need limits to be limitless.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I've carried it with me. I forgot where I got it from, but I carried it with me since childhood, and just remembered that structure is a huge part of it. Huge part of anything. It's not just doing it just to do it, but structure creates the discipline that you need. Um, Concrete examples from my own life is just that taking the acting and the dance experience and the modeling, and I've volunteered with America Reads and Opportunity Youth Network and the Boys and Girls Clubs of Minnesota to be able to bring them what I was trained to do, but in a structured, organized way, so that it's not just me randomly popping up with them, but hey, we're starting a dance troupe. They have a gala coming up. They would like us to perform, and you all have an interest. So let's try to make something happen here.
Oh, wow.
Community care is really like when someone's gift is protected long enough to bloom, I would say.
I love that. I love that. I was gonna ask you where where the quote came from, and now you told me you don't remember, so we won't ask that question. Oh,
Yeah, I can't remember where it came from, but I just I've just kept the sentiment with me.
Yeah, for sure. Um, so when we're talking about a- and I think you touched on it there about identity. Um, when it comes to identity and belonging, and sometimes you felt like you've had to navigate spaces where you didn't always feel seen, right?
Mm.
How did empathy from yourself or others help you stay grounded in who you are in those situations?
I stopped trying to be seen and I started focus on seeing.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, empathy helped me stay rooted in my ancestry, helped me honor my father, care for my mother, and build, I don't even want to say fans, a community of supporters, of witnesses. I call them angels, my Charlie's angels. It's a community of people who are who are there for you, who understand it, who get it, who understand what it means to be both bold and sensitive.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, because and I have never been in the entertainment industry. So I mean, look at this. Come on. You um,
No, no,
so I guess a lot of people probably don't identify with that, but yeah, I would imagine it takes here I go, I'm gonna say it takes a village, really, doesn't it? Because
yeah,
nobody does it alone.
yeah, yeah. I agree. That's where I guess the structure comes in the community because, like you said, you might not be in entertainment, but you have the experience that you do have to create the structure where it might not exist, where there might be someone hoping or willing or just waiting for the chance, but they need the structure. And that's where I love to step in and to be able to help navigate what that is.
That's fantastic, and I love the fact that you work with the boys and girls clubs and the theater operations. You you do work with I think you mentioned it when you were talking about getting a troupe together to do a performance for a gala.
Mhm.
And so do you choreograph all that? You have you
I
been called
do.
on to do that?
I do. That's so my mind, and I understand it's a lot for a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So it's a lot of hype fence. It's a lot to keep up with. I get inspiration by living. I meet new people. I have conversations. I travel. I try new foods. I try new environments, new events, and I get inspiration just to be able to. Um, how can I interpret this through body, through movement, through sound, through performance? So when I say that I'm a performance artist and people are like, what does that mean? Like it's involving the audience, but it's being a conduit of all of the influences that I have.
Wow.
And
Yeah, because I really do think that what you were and you were just talking about it right there. Um, trying new things, traveling. Not everybody can travel, and not everybody can hop a plane and go to another country and experience that culture, but just getting out of our own bubbles, um, and experiencing, whether it's, you know, a new restaurant and, you know, maybe a Liberian restaurant or what have you. I don't know, Ethiopian, something like that, something that you might enjoy, but until you try it, you would never really know. And I really, I think it would be so helpful for the world if you could go into those spaces and talk to the people, maybe the people who started the restaurant,
yeah,
learn their backgrounds, learn where they came from, learn what they had, and why they do what they do. And I think the world would be so much better if we could all do that, once a month even, you know?
yeah, I definitely agree that acting teaches you about human behavior. That's what human behavior teaches me about acting. It's what I love to experience because acting has taught me that no one villain thinks they're a villain. Right?
That's
Everyone is
very true.
justified in their head. Hurt people defend before they listen. Like every character believes they're right. And that's how I changed how I argue in real life.
Oh, really?
And being able to just listen to people and seeing where they come from, going into their environments and trying new food, trying new experiences. And that it feeds the community care, which feeds the empathy, which feeds the kindness. So yeah, so it all feeds into each other.
It's
I'm
all
connected to
connected.
yeah, you
But,
got it. There you go.
and I mean, getting back to the topic of the show, some people still treat, compassion as optional, right? Something nice to have. What's your response to that mindset?
Mm, yeah, I've seen I've seen art spaces that tokenize or policy conversations that become dehumanizing or activism without tenderness.
Yes.
Compassion is the difference, I would say, between misusing people and using people or using people and building with people. My dad used to always tell us that we are all here to use each other. But when we get to misusing and abusing each other, that's where we mess up. Uh,
Yeah, because I think you hear the term "use somebody" and it
yeah.
automatically seems negative, but it can
But
be
like
positive.
you said, there are different gifts. Like I might be good at entertaining, you might be good at architecture. There are different lanes for everyone. So that's why I'd say compassion isn't optional. Compassion is literally infrastructure. It's without it, systems collapse.
Ooh, I love that. I like an
I'm a poet
infrastructure without
because
it.
I love being a
You
conduit
are.
because the conversations help the inspiration.
But through your acting, what's something, and I think you just kinda touched on it right there. What's something you've learned about human behavior through acting that you wish more people understood when interacting with each other? And I think you basically just answered that question before I ever even said it.
Because it's all interconnected, you know?
Right, right.
But that's literally yeah, that every character believes that they're right. And just that listening can take you a lot further than just because you're gonna be right in your head, someone is gonna be right in their head, but just listening and seeing it, that's why I say I changed how I argue because it's not just me being like something is missing. For there to be an argument, there's a piece missing.
Yeah, for sure. So, have you got any projects coming up?
I do. I'm working on a lot of projects right now.
Oh,
I'm working on music projects mostly, but I will be back on stage soon. Yeah, I'll be back on stage pretty soon. But I am
nice.
singing the national anthem at at the St. Paul Saints game, May 14th.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so that's
I
a
love
great
that.
thing that you can have, and you can come and see. And then the weekend after, we will be releasing my music for the summer, and I will be performing all summer long.
Oh, wow. Wow. So, what do you hope people feel when they encounter your work, whether it's on stage or on screen, through your music? What do you hope that they feel when they hear that or see it?
Um, I want people to feel like they just had a conversation with someone who wasn't trying to win.
Ooh, I like that.
Not impressed, but seen, held, energized, brave, less alone.
I like it. I like it a lot. Um, so wrapping up here, what is one act of kindness, big or small, that changed the trajectory of your life?
Hmm. Oh, at
Take
this
a
age, you
deep
just
breath.
have to think back.
Yeah, yeah, that could go a ways because I mean, being that you started when you were so young in modeling.
I would say I would give it there. Let's make it easy.
Okay.
Thank Joe. Um, my parents, my mother and my father, for naming me with intention.
Oh, really?
My name means he will add a free man. God will add a free man, and this is how I I share love, I share kindness, empathy freely because I feel that way and I would love other people to feel that so we can build something greater. So I would say that would be the first act that changed.
That would be the very first one. You weren't even aware of it at the time,
I know, isn't
but
that
it did. It changed the trajectory of your life, though, didn't it?
definitely. Definitely.
Fantastic. Oh, Joe, thank you so much for coming on today. I really, really, really appreciate it. I wish you so much success going forward.
Thank you.
And yeah, we'll be in touch soon.
Talk so. Thanks for having me.
Take care.
Bye.
Human first, before the names, before the labels.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us for today's episode of the Kindness Matters podcast with my guest, Joe Charley. I really appreciate you turning in and being part of this kindness community. If you like what you heard, leaving a quick review or comment really helps others to find the show, and it means a lot to me personally. Make sure you follow us also on all of our socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you name it, we're there. And hey, if you can't support us financially, that's totally okay. The best way you can support the show is to go out and do one random act of kindness for a stranger today. But if you are in a position to help us grow, you can make a one-time gift or join one of our monthly supporter tiers over on Buy Me a Coffee. The link is in the show notes. We'll be back again next week with another brand new episode. But until then, remember, kindness matters, and so do you.